and we are ready for our next run. New Super Luigi U 100% being run by MChan338. Over to you, MChan, and good luck.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Completithon 2023. It's been 2 years since we have had Completithon, and we are excited to be back. So my name is MChan338, and today my associate joining me here is
Pimp Luigi.
All right. The title says New Super Mario Bros. U, but we are going to be playing New Super Luigi U. It's a DLC that comes with the game, and so time does not actually start until I actually start moving on the map, which is actually after this 2-minute intro cutscene that I have to watch through. With that being said, oh yeah, that's right. You might notice I'm wearing a nice little Mario hat. I don't have a Luigi hat, unfortunately. So,
I was gonna say,
whether or not you think I'm a true supporter of Luigi is I'll leave it up to you guys. But I promise you, no, I don't diss on Luigi. If we're ready to go, I'm just gonna go and hit start, and I'll let you know when the timer begins. So let's do it.
yeah.
Alright, so this is New Super Luigi U for the Nintendo Wii U. It's the DLC for New Super Mario Bros. U. It came out a year after New Super Mario Bros. U. The game is mostly the same as Mario U. The cutscene, the story is the same, the world maps are the same, the levels are different, and you play as Luigi instead of Mario, and Luigi has different physics. And the category I'm running is 100%. So most people who watch speedruns of this game are mainly familiar with any percent, which any percent is about 25 to 26 minutes if you're really good at that category. But 100% is about 2.5 hours, maybe less if I have a good run. And so in 100%, I had to beat the game, beating every single level, get all the secret exits, every level of star coins, and I have to get all the star coins. I have to catch Nab in every world. And at the end of the game, there is a bonus world called the Superstar Road, and I have to complete that world as well as part of 100%. So there's a lot to do, and this is a very difficult category, as there's a lot of difficult tricks, difficult strats. The first level right off the bat, Acorn Plains 1 or 1-1, is actually very difficult. A lot of Mario communities like to joke around and say that the first level is the hardest level, but 1-1 this time is actually not a joke. I have to do a very precise triple jump followed by a 3-frame ground pound in order to get the first star coin without the use of the main power-up, which is the Super Acorn. But I will be getting Super Acorn as its main power-up of the run. So time is going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here we go. What's this? Low time limit? Okay, so there's my ground pound, and I'm going to slide, defeat this Waddle Wing, get the Super Acorn, so now I'm going to use this to glide, do a glide right after sliding off that slope. Okay.
Alright, you got Squirrel Luigi.
Coin. I did, yeah, and then grab the star coin, and that's the end of the level. Very nice.
Perfect.
The second level is also a really tough level, as I have to get the second coin is blocked by some brick blocks, as well as it's right above a pit, so I have to fly up precisely in order to grab that second coin. I also, the hard part really is trying to get out of there fast enough so that way I can chain a star. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab a star from the back over here. Stars make you invincible, as well as increase your movement speed. And also, you can, there's a block coming up. Okay, there we go.
Oh, and they let you do the Mario 3 front flips.
That's true. So that's that block that contained a star right there only contains a star if I hit that block while I have a star. So it was actually very important that I did that first part of the level really fast, so that way I can actually grab that second star, because that, as you can probably tell, that ending is actually very hard to go through with all those Piranha Plants and Koopa Troopas without the invincibility star. So that was our first secret exit, right off the bat, and that's going to take us to the secret level of the of this world. So this is going to be our first introduction to a character known as Nabbit. So Nabbit is first introduced to this game, and he's a character that doesn't really die. He can still get knocked back by like large enemies, and he can still die by falling in pits. But for the most part, we use Nabbit in levels where like Luigi has to take time to dodge enemies. So this will be the first use of Nabbit. And to play as Nabbit, all I have to do is hold the ZL button on the gamepad as I'm selecting the level, and look at this, the game gives me a temporary access with Nabbit.
Okay. So we're not gonna be Luigi through the whole game.
Yeah, and so because Nabbit doesn't die, one common question is, isn't it, well, if Nabbit doesn't die, isn't it faster to play as Nabbit throughout every single level? And the answer is no. And that's because Nabbit does not use the benefits of any of the power-ups at all. So in levels where like you need to do like large skips, then Luigi is preferred. Also, the other reason Nabbit is not preferred for every single level is that some star coins are either harder with Nabbit or impossible, due to the fact that Nabbit does not use the benefits of the power-ups at all. So that was one secret completed right there, and now we're going to. This is where the 100% route looks. Well, it might seem kind of weird for those who have never seen a 100% run, and that is that I'm actually going to go straight to World 5. And so this route is actually very complicated to explain, but just trust me, this route ends up being faster than some other routes. So yeah. So this will be a good time to explain that I'm actually using the gamepad to play this game. Much like a lot of Wii U speedruns, the gamepad is preferred. You can play this game with the gamepad, the Pro Controller, or the Wii Remote, and the gamepad is preferred because you can actually tap on options on text boxes or or on menus. So you save like a few frames of inputs each time, and it does add up over the course of the run.
Mind if I come in with a donation?
In a moment.
All right.
As coming up in 5-1, we have a bit of a new strat since the last time this run was showcased at Completithon, and that is that if I hold neutral as I'm swinging from these vines, then I actually preserve my speed. As you can see, I'm actually jumping really fast from these vines here. It saves about a few seconds over just holding forward the whole time from the vines. There's a more really good example of how fast you go from doing these neutral vine jumps towards the end of the level. And this was something that was found about 3 years ago. So, as you can see right here, I can jump from these Koopas. And there we go. So yeah, overall, saves about a second in 100%, but in any percent, when you're not getting star coins, it saves about a few seconds. So after this level, Toad's gonna come by. He's gonna tell us that some guy named Nabbit has stolen his Double favorite stuff, and that we have to go chase after Nabbit. In 100%, this is required, and every world has a specific level that Nabbit will appear in. In this case, he's going to appear in 1-1. And so we have to go back to 1-1 and catch Nabbit. The route is routed so that since Nabbit, there's a specific level that Nabbit will always spawn in for every world. We do basically that level of the world as early as possible in order to spawn Nabbit as early as we can. For Nabbit to spawn, you have to do the level that Nabbit will spawn in, and then 3 more levels. So we just have to catch Nabbit here. And the reward you get for catching Nabbit is a P Acorn, which is a power-up much like the P-Wing from Mario 3, where you can fly infinite times. And the P Acorn is used in a few levels in order to do some really cool tricks later on. So we're actually going to go back to World 5 now. And this is a bit of a major route change since the last time I have shown this off at Completithon 2019. And that we actually go back to World 5 now. And again, it seems it's a little complicated to explain, but just trust me that this is actually faster.
Yeah, that seemed fast.
But yeah, you're good for a donation, Stump.
All right. We have $10 from False Rocks, who says, "It's a Luigi! Good luck to the fastest Mario brother." And that was put towards taking off the hat. So that is now ahead by $10.
So I actually almost died right there. Because Luigi physics are different. You can actually you can actually like float in midair. Luigi's jumps are floatier in midair, and so as a result, this game has a tendency to kind of drop your inputs. When it does happen, it can happen at pretty inconvenient times, as you almost just saw within that level. So 5-2 is going to be the next level where, well, it's actually our first level where we're actually double dip in the level as well, one for the secret exit, which is right down over here, and then we're gonna have to do this level again immediately after in order to do the normal exit. So you're seeing that I'm grabbing anywhere on the flagpole. And that's because it doesn't matter which part of the flagpole I grab, as the flagpole will have the same animation no matter where you grab the flagpole, including the top as well. But the optimization I am doing at the end of each level is I'm turning backwards right before hitting the flagpole, and that saves the turning animation, and which saves about a few frames each time. And because we do a lot of levels in this run, that does add up.
What made the retro Luigi appear?
Every level, this game came out in the year of Luigi, and so as a tribute, there are these like little like tributes to Luigi for every level. You're not gonna be seeing every single one of them because some of them are either just are placed in inconvenient spots in the level, or some of them just require fireworks. So it's just so these are just nice little like Easter eggs that are placed throughout the game.
Sweet.
One day I would like to route in a category where you actually do see all of them.
Yeah, Luigi Easter egg percent.
Okay, so this is going to be our first opportunity where I'm going to be using the PA corn, and it's going to be useful for this next level over here, 5-Tower. So in this level, there's a giant block snake that you have to ride throughout the whole level, but forget about that. Very good. So this is in any percent, this is a very notorious roadblock. In order to get past the first 1/3 of that run, and here it's also kind of a roadblock. The movement that I did in order to fly through all those balls and chains is very precise. So Boom Boom is the boss of every tower. All you do is just jump on him 3 times, just much like in Mario 3. So, yeah, Kamek will power up Boom Boom in every tower to make him do something different, to make it seem like he's a harder fight each time, but as long as you know how his attack patterns work right off the beginning, then you just get a quick hit off him on the first hit, and then just chain hits on him the second and third time.
I liked that he had a white hat for the PA corn.
Yeah.
That's a classic Luigi moment.
Yeah, Mario has that as well in Mario U. I saw a question in the chat, am I going to speedrun Mario Wonder? I don't really have any plans to. I'll definitely play it though. I'm excited for it to come out. Alright. right, so here we are to the second section. You know, Roll 5 is pretty unique in the fact that there are actually like three sections, I guess you could say. A top section, a haunted forest section, and the bottom section. In most categories, you never really see the haunted forest section. Mainly because, like, even the quote-unquote worthless category, which is called all castles, there's the secret exit in 5-2 allows you to skip the haunted forest section entirely. So you almost never really see the entirety of this section. But here in 100%, we're going to be seeing it, and this is the hardest part of the run. As after the ghost house here, we're going to be doing two very difficult levels. I consider them to be the hardest levels in the game. So we're again this is just another major route change. If you've only watched Completithon runs, then you might recognize that we did this part of the run much later, but now we're doing it much earlier.
I think it's good when the harder things are earlier in the game.
Yeah, good for early resets.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was 5 ghosts completed, both normal and secret exit. So now we're going to be doing two very difficult parts of the game. So I'm going to start with 5-5 to kind of give myself a little bit of a breather. So we're going to go ahead and start with 5-5 on the left, or the right, actually. Generally, when you have an option between two levels, it actually doesn't matter which one you do first, because you do have to do both of them anyway. So a lot of the times, it's like preference depending on like how comfortable you feel on the levels. Like if you want to get the harder level out of the way, then you would generally do that. Or if you want to actually like use your acorn for something, then yeah, just a lot of different factors to consider. Now we're gonna do the normal exit of 5-5. Oh, so that secret exit I got in 5-5 is probably the hardest secret exit to find in the game when you're just playing through this game. One thing Super Luigi U is notorious for as a casual game is that many of the star coins and secret exits are like found in very bizarre places that are not very easy to find.
Yeah, making the players work for it.
Yeah. So this is a vertical swimming level, and in order to optimize vertical swimming levels, you want to pretty much optimize mashing as fast as you can, which is something that not very many people can do, just due to like just a natural ability of being able to mash as fast as you can. All right, so now we're gonna do 5-4. So all the levels have names in them. And so 5-4 is called Painted Pipeworks, and I like to emphasize the word pain within the title because this level is a pain. So there's a strat where you can jump in between those two piranha plants right away, and it saves about a second, but I am not going to do that because it's that trick is very insane to do in a marathon. Uh-oh, I messed up, so my cycles are going to be off.
That's right, boys and girls. The word for today is pain.
Okay, not bad. That was improvised pretty well. When you mess up in this level, it goes wrong really quickly because the cycles of the prod plants as well as the cycles of the moving pipes, they just go off rhythm very quickly.
You showed those rainbow pipes who's boss.
So because I got the normal exit, I actually have the option to leave the level in order to keep my power up if something goes wrong as I try to do this level while getting all the star coins.
Oh, good.
Let's see how this goes. So that's the first coin. Grab the second coin right there. Whew, okay, very good. So that went ironically better than when I'm just doing the level as fast as I can. Because normally the normal exit when I skipped all the star coins, that's actually supposed to be much easier. But well, what can you do?
So I think I'm
All right.
noticing that Squirrel Luigi has a double jump that he can do when he's flying.
Yeah, so you can actually fly up, and it's kind of like it's kind of similar to like how the propeller suit works in New Super Mario Bros. Wii,
Yeah.
where you can jump up and fly up in order to gain extra height, and that's obviously, of course, used to gain extra height for some tricks.
Seems a lot cooler than Tanuki Mario back in Mario 3's days.
Yep. But yeah, so this level is an auto-scroller, so you're good to read any donations or any announcements that you'd like to say. If there's any.
The main thing I want to say is that the Edward is rolling throughout the run, so more than $10, which is the amount that the hat off is currently ahead, will flip to that bid war and result in the hat being back on.
All right, yeah. So anyone who wants that hat back on, just toss us some of the dollars.
Yeah, we want to make that bid war as interesting as possible. Yeah, so we're here in World 7 for a little bit. I'm here just to get this cutscene out of the way. It doesn't particularly matter, but we're gonna here enter World 7 and then go back to World 5 as it's faster taking the pipe cannon from World 7 back to the beginning of World 5 than to go all the way back manually. So now we're actually going to do Catch Nabbit here in 5-1. And since we got to do this as Luigi, there is a somewhat precise jump that I got to jump in between some prompt. Okay, there we go. So we caught Nabbit. Every Nabbit level has a particular strat in order to catch Nabbit within a few seconds.
Does that make him Mips' uncle?
Mips' uncle? Good question. That's actually something I never thought about. Because the lore behind Nabbit is that he's Bowser Jr.'s minion.
Ah, second cousin twice removed.
Alright, so now we're moving on to the bottom section. So we're getting most of World 5 out of the way pretty early. So 5-6 has these Sumo Bros that kick down these sparks and they electrify you. When you get electrified, you get this long animation of Luigi getting paralyzed, and as well as you lose your power up and it kills your momentum. So you lose quite a bit of time for getting hit by the sparks. So I'm going to try to avoid that as much as possible. A lot of these jumps I'm doing are pretty precise in order to avoid the sparks, as well as keeping my momentum. So there we go. But the level, as you can see, it looks really cool when it goes well. Alright, so 5-7, on the other hand, is a vertical climbing level split into two parts. You're seeing that I'm doing a bunch of spin jumps, and when you spin jump as Squirrel Luigi, then it's actually the height of a regular triple jump, which that extra height, it makes a pretty big difference. So that way, like, you can make larger heights than otherwise intended to. So it's one of the other benefits of the Super Acorn being so powerful throughout the game. It's also good so that way you're not setting up triple jumps just to gain that extra height.
Yeah, it seems like a good workaround. I was thinking those jumps looked really powerful when I was previewing the run.
Alright, 5 Castle. So there are these swinging chains, much like the swinging vines. And then there's also... Okay, good. That first star point's sometimes easy to die right as you get it, just because you can kind of see these lava waves that are... they can really get you, and yeah, that first star point's like really close to that lava wave. It's just really easy to die, but fortunately we got away with it. So the boss of every castle is going to be a Koopaling. In this case, it is Iggy Koopa.
And that was so smooth. That was just Tarzan Luigi eat your heart out.
So Iggy Koopa will come out of, will go inside of a pipe and will be on the ceiling. And what he's going to do is going to spawn a blarg. But if you jump into those fireballs, then it cancels the fireballs and skips the blarg coming out. So that way Iggy can come down earlier than usual, and it saves quite a bit of time. There is another strat where you can hit Iggy on the ceiling with a very precise ground pound, but that strat is very hard to do, and it's much harder with Nabbit, as when you get hit by a boss with Nabbit, then you just get knocked back.
Blech. Oh, watching Luigi kick ass in that post-boss cutscene was so cool.
So now we're going to be moving on to World 6. And World 6 is another very hard world. As you can probably see, the first half of the run, we do the second half of the game. And then the first half of the game in the second half of the run. So we do most of the hard levels very early in the run. So this route's gotten much difficult since the last time this run was showcased at this event.
Yeah, lots skills, much difficult.
The first couple of levels isn't so bad, but once we get to the tower level, that's when things get very tricky. Mistakes can lose you a handful of seconds, and it snowballs very quickly. And it's also sometimes even a mistake could you can get hit. And with our current items right now, we really don't want to be using up our items if we don't have to in this first half. We have very little items coming into these worlds with this route. In the next level, 6-Tower, there is a trick. I call it hidden block clip, where in the middle of the level there is a section where I'm going to fly precisely in order to fly through some hidden blocks. So normally it's supposed to reveal some hidden blocks in order for some grolls to roll on, in order to for the grolls to break a middle part. But if I, with precise flying, I'm able to fly through some hidden blocks so that way I can skip using grolls in order to reveal a pathway for me to continue climbing. And this level has a secret exit, so I have to do this trick twice. So that was the first time right there. Grab this coin. I'm actually going to go back to the right side, because this scroll will spawn later than the one on the right, as you can see, if you paid attention there on the right. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna find Boom Boom again. And this time, Kamek's gonna get Boom Boom wings. He's giving Boom Boom some Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings.
Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 boom. Get that Red Bull out of there.
Very nice. Alright, so we do have to do this level again, but this time getting the secret exit now. So hopefully we'll do that hidden block clip twice. And be 2 for 2. Okay, so every time you beat a tower, Kamek will pretty much do something different to the castle to make it scarier looking. And that'll be the last major cutscene for a while. Alright, here we go.
Do you think Peach's castle is actually King Koopa's castle and they just keep fighting over who gets to do the makeover to it?
In some games, yeah. Maybe. Bowser converts the castle to make it look evil looking. Oh my gosh.
Super jump. Boom.
So there's the secret exit. So World 6 is actually a complex, one of the most complex worlds to route in 100%. Because the gimmick behind World 6 is, as you can see, there's these red and blue switches. And, you know, the red switch will form the red platforms, the blue switches will form the blue platforms. So, over the history of 100%, this world has went through the most amount of route changes. When you ground pound, you gain a few pixels of extra height, which is why that piece of movement right there in the beginning was possible.
Yeah, bobbing and weaving, perfect smooth.
And then the next level is an auto-scroller, so you are good to read another donation or have any announcements.
Stump?
Well, we haven't had anything new come in, but there is still that bit we're going on throughout the run. If you're looking to donate, make sure to type exclamation point donate in chat to get the link to our Tiltify page where you can make a direct donation. Got lots of incentives in Boon Wars, such as this hat one for you to choose from, so get those donations in to get those met and affect the Boon Wars.
At first, I almost thought you were gonna do a Koopa pacifist run through this auto-scroller and just let them all live.
I could have done that.
Flexing on those piranha plants.
Yeah, you can see the how broken Nabbit can be. There is a category where there is a subcategory where you can do this whole game as Nabbit, and then another subcategory where you can do the whole game as Luigi, and they both pose some interesting challenges in their own ways. But most people compete on the category where you use both characters, which is why we're using both characters in this run.
That makes sense to me.
So I gotta jump early on that spot right there, because if I jumped a little bit later, then there's a hidden block that will actually kill me if I hit it. One of those little troll moments that the game tries to do when you're doing the level a little bit too fast. Okay, so we gotta do this level again, but getting the secret exit. I hit that block right there in order to set myself up to get this first coin, just like that. And then we're gonna fly up to the top over here, which will give us the secret exit. You can kind of see that this game's levels are really short. As a result, this is the shortest of the NSMB games as far as 100% is concerned. With the trade-off that they add added difficulty to compared to when you're doing these levels as in New Super Mario Bros. U.
I kind of like that. More difficulty, shorter, faster run as Luigi.
Yeah, it's you can kind of consider it the lost levels of New Super Mario Bros. U.
And the Lost Levels is my favorite of the classic NES Mario games.
Great game.
Hidden Retro Luigi.
Okay, so the Sumo Bro fight here has a very precise strat I can do right off the bat in the beginning. Hopefully I can get it. It'll save a lot of time in the fight. Got it. Very nice. So as long as you get that, then the rest of the fight is really easy. The backup strat involves pretty much, well, it's like much slower, and the alternate way of fighting him involves trying to fly right through his hitbox, and his hitbox is not very favorable. So as long as you get that strat in that I just did, then this whole fight's pretty easy, and you only have about a few frames to get that.
Hey, you love to see it.
Alright, so moving on to 6-7. 6-7 has switches that move a bunch of blocks around, as well as fire bros all over the place. So let's see what happens. Anytime you see a bro in levels, they have you can kind of predict them, but other times there also will be times where they kind of juke you into thinking that they're gonna do something to you, and then they end up not doing what you think what you think they're gonna do. So I right there I took that last part safe in order to not have to deal with that very last fire bro.
I just really appreciate being able to jump on the roofs in this game.
Oh yeah, and then run across like the top of the level briefly.
So many people wind up thinking that's a glitch. And there's so many secrets hidden up there. It's obviously on purple.
Yeah, and actually, it's worth noting the new Super Mario Bros. Games. What I actually like about new Super Mario Bros. Games over the classic Mario's is that these games are not known for being very glitchy. So a lot of the times it comes down to how well you can do a level, as opposed to like the classic Mario games where like there's some in order to do the levels fast, you gotta rely on some glitches. This is a really cool level. We're riding a roller coaster throughout the whole level. Otherwise, not much to say. So you can continue reading off any donations or comments.
I'm figuring we don't have any donations right now.
Okay. So in that case,
Don't, unfortunately.
okay. In that case, is there anything you would like to say, Pimp?
No, I'm just having a blast watching you tear this game up with just it's very professional gameplay, and I completely agree with what you were saying about the glitchless gameplay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go around. Technically faster, go straight down, but I'm gonna go around in order to keep the red switch active and catch Nabbit here. And there's a reason why I want the red switch active right after catching Nabbit. So we caught an abbot, grab our pea acorn, and the reason we want the red switch to be active, or at least that particular switch, is as you can see, there's a whole like path around the tower as well as to the castle, and this is one of the more unique castles in that there's actually 2 ways to enter this castle, and you actually need to enter both the back entrance and the front entrance in this run in order to get all the star coins, as this is the only way of getting the 3rd star coin in this level. If there was a way to somehow get all 3 star coins without needing to enter both the front and back entrance, then it would save quite a lot of time, as this counts as when you complete this castle, it counts as 1 exit. In theory, you wouldn't need to do both entrances in order to satisfy completion of this castle.
Yeah, it's a shame there wasn't a secret way to do it.
Yeah, no like glitches or anything like that to get all 3 star coins in one go. So as a result, Roy is our favorite boy, as we do have to fight him twice.
Roy's our boy. Roy's our boy.
So the back entrance, it's really short. Only takes about a few seconds in order to get to the boss door from the back entrance. Now we gotta do the front entrance where we do the actual level itself. So there's a slight bit of RNG in the beginning of the front entrance, as depending on what type of block I get will depend on whether or not I do an extra fly, and if I have to do an extra fly, I lose about a second.
I see. Do we get to see Luigi do an epic air combo again the second time we beat Roy?
We'll see. Okay, so I didn't get the good RNG right there, so I did have to do an extra fly in order to get up there. That's okay.
At least, I heard sometimes that RNG can kill you, so could have went worse, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're not fast enough, then one of those blocks can crush you.
Yeah, and that would have been a bummer. Can't bob and weave through bad RNG.
Alright, so it's time to fight Roy again. So when you fight bosses, most of the time, whenever you fight them the same way, then you get very consistent results. So I know exactly where Roy is going to come out of the shell, and also like how long he goes back and forth between the left and right side.
Nintendo really stuck him in that shell for an extended duration, too.
Yeah. He has the longest time in the shell out of all the Koopalings. So there we go, that's World 6 completed, and this is actually the first world that we 100%. We have done everything in World 6, we don't have to come back here for any reason. So anytime you go 100% a world, you get that notification. So whenever you get that notification, you know that you're on track on everything in the run.
Alright, you love to see it.
Yeah. So now we're here in World 7. And World 7 is the most luck-based world in the run, and you will see in about a few levels from now where the major RNG section comes from. There's a bit of a harder strat that I could have done right there with those fuzzies, but I'm gonna chicken out this time. So that very last jump I made right there was actually a lot harder than I made that look, as you only have about a few frames. As when you are running on ice, Luigi has this like slipping on ice animation, which sometimes like eats your jump. So you have about a few frames before you see that animation. Otherwise, Luigi's jump gets dropped and bad stuff happens in that section. So that was a very tough level.
Yeah, I know
we go from a
some of
really
these
tough
you're gonna
level
have to be
to-
in like serious mode and really focus.
Yeah, this is a very hard category. Oh, it should be worth noting because of the amount of difficult tricks and strategies that there are. This hasn't happened yet, but I'm very likely to die in this run. It is very hard to have a deathless run in this game. Of course, obviously, of course, a deathless run is required for a world record. But you know, when you're just doing the run, it is very hard to complete this run deathless. So it is very likely that I'll die. Please don't get mad at me. This game is hard.
We'll cross our fire flower fingers for a deathless run.
Okay, very nice. This level, it's very important that you keep your super acorn for the boss fights. You can deal with those fire bros if you want, or you can just avoid them like I'm doing. Not have to deal with their shenanigans.
Darn pyromaniacs.
I'm gonna kill that fire bro. You can do a precise jump to squeeze in between that fire bro and that ledge. And it is faster, but you do have a chance to get hit while you're getting that star coin. So for marathon purposes, I'm not chancing it.
Smart.
All right, so Kamek, great boss, 0 RNG. No one has ever lost the run to this guy. Wow, that was pretty good.
Blam.
So basically, the way that fight works is Kamek will spawn in random places. You just have to pick a side, hope that you're right. So it's pretty much like a coin flip in that fight. And if you guess wrong and you don't make it to Kamek on time, then you have to go through Kamek's attack phase, and you lose quite a lot of time in that fight. This jump that I just did right there looks YOLO, but there is a setup to make it work every single time.
Yeah, the not quite YOLO jump.
Yeah, it's you just have to trust that you're gonna make it.
I was gonna try to call it out, but I forgot which level it was in.
Alright, so yeah, we have to do this level again, because that was a secret exit that we just got. And this time, the second half of this level is pretty challenging. There's a bunch of these like ghost blocks that will try to like shoot at you towards the end.
Does this time it become the Ouija jump?
I guess.
Yeah.
Very nice. Didn't have to deal with those ghost blocks.
Smooth.
So one thing you're noticing that I'm doing as Luigi is that my first movement is a short hop followed by a glide right off the bat, and that allows me to gain max speed quicker, and it saves a few frames each time. It's one of those little bits of optimizations that people do in order to save the most amount of time as possible.
Yeah, that's good tech right there.
So now it will appear in 7-1. So now we're going to go ahead and go back to 7-2, and we're going to go back to 7-2 and catch him.
Come on, you wanna be mips.
Oh man, yeah. So if I did get the so I messed up my movement right away in the beginning, and so when I mentioned doing a short hop followed by a glide in order to gain max speed just a little bit quicker, that is much of a big enough difference to catch Nabbit much earlier than I caught him right there.
I see.
Didn't get it, which loses about a few seconds. That's okay.
It demonstrates why the tech is important.
Yes, exactly. Now we're gonna do 7-3. We kind of saved that up until now in order to save a bit of backtracking.
So this is where Rainbow Road comes from.
Oh man. You'll see more rainbows after this level. So I want to grab this blue ring, not from the very bottom, otherwise you're just gonna barely make it to the third point on time. So it's much easier grabbing that blue ring from the side than from the very bottom. And you saw that I delayed there, and that's because if you end the level with double digits, you get fireworks, which loses about 15 seconds.
Yeah, we don't want fireworks.
Yeah. Okay, so this is another big RNG factor. So Kamek was an RNG factor. Now we have this. This is called the Rainbow Bridge. Okay, so we made it to one of the levels without having to reset the bridge. And so the path that the bridge forms is random, as well as the fuzzies, whichever level the fuzzies block is also random. So you could lose quite a lot of time here very easily for basically no reason.
That's a shame.
And, yeah, and unfortunately, it is enough to kill your run, as this run has gotten pretty optimized to where needing good RNG for the bridge section is pretty important.
How was the RNG that you got this time?
So I do have to reset the bridge again, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh, I see.
Right now it's too early to say. I did get to 7-5 first try. But whether or not I get the 7-4 first try, well, I guess we'll see. Right now. Oh, okay, so when that happens, then I just have to go back a space and try it again. Please don't be mean. Oh my gosh.
Aw.
Oh man. The last Completithon run, I was here for a long time. Okay, there we go. And we got the straight path too. So if you get the straight path, that's the best thing. But it didn't help that it took me a few tries in order to get to 7-4.
Right, silver linings.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, when it takes so many tries in order to get to a level, at that point it would have been faster to just fight one of the fuzzies, but as a runner, you're so committed to not wanting to fight the fuzzies.
Right. Excellent movement to avoid the boomerangs.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Made it.
Alright, so coming up is 7-6, which is normally an auto-scroller, but the auto-scroller is actually is triggered by the block snake. So as long as I don't hit the block snake, then I am able to skip the auto-scroller entirely and just fly through the whole level.
That's why we're gonna be Super Squirrel Luigi, right?
Yep. And actually there's a strat where it's only mainly done in ILs, but you can actually do this whole level without the PA corn.
Oh.
But it's IL only because the strat's so precise, and you know when you're here for when you're I don't know 50 minutes into the run at this point, I think I'm lowballing the time estimate, but when you're this far into the run, that's not something that you want to bank on just to save like 3.5 seconds.
Right, especially when it's a hard IL strat.
Alright, so 7-Castle has this this giant moving block, and you have to wait for it to pass you, so that way you can go past it. And so that was the first part, and now here we are in the second part. And you do have to do this level, because I have to get the star coins, I have to do this level pretty fast in order to make some of those block cycles. Okay, very nice. So, as you can see, that was that was all very insane. I was very close to dying right there. So yeah, with the extra added difficulty of getting the star coins, it makes this level very interesting compared to doing this level in the 80% run.
You can tell this guy's a Luigi player right now.
Alright, so Ludwig normally has an attack phase where he clones himself, and you have to guess which one's the right Ludwig, but if you just fly up with him with the Super Acorn, then you skip that attack phase entirely. There we go. This is the point where like having the Super Acorn, even for bosses, is very important.
Yeah, scratch the Music Meister Koopa.
Farewell, Ludwig von Beethoven.
Luigi air combos. Shoutouts to Melee. Hitting him with the judo chops and the drop kicks. Ha! Yeah! Woohoo!
My favorite thing is the up air, the B up air.
Yeah, it's all about the ching.
So the intermission level in between World 7 and 8 is 7 Airship. And normally you're supposed to ride this cloud across the first part of the level, but with the precise move flying, I can skip it entirely. I also have to do it while getting star coins. Let's see how this goes.
Well, it's like they say in Popeye. Okay. Wreck that ship!
That went really well, and then this next part is an auto-scroller. Until we get to the boss fight.
Stump, are we still in a donation slump?
Yeah, we still are, so still $10 ahead for no hat. But
won't someone give us $11 to put the hat back on?
Yeah, I would love to see the hat on and off a couple times. So
oh no, we lost the squirrel powers.
Okay, so this is something that you don't want to see.
Where's Squirrel Girl from the Marvel comics to return them to us?
Oh, okay. So that's not what you want to see at all. Okay, what's the backup here? This is a situation that I don't often get into. I guess ride the whole thing? So yeah, rip the Deathless run, but definitely wasn't counting on it.
It felt so close.
Yeah. Oh, I missed the
Alright, we got Squirrel Ouija back in the house.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Yeah, at that point it would have been faster to put one of my PA corns, but like I said, I'm really saving my PA corns because your items are very scarce throughout this route.
You did what I would have done. You went and played the level honest.
Oh boy. Alright, let's try this again. Hopefully we'll have a better fight this time. Looking better. Okay, there we go. So, as you can see, the fight the second time around is actually it's not as easy as I made that second time look. His hitbox is very small, dead center, that unfortunately the death that I had is an example of how wrong the fight can go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's several clips by various Mario U runners and Luigi U runners where it'll look like you hit him, but you get knocked out of hitting him, or you just go through him, you get hit and hit him at the same time. And as demonstration of this run, if you lose your acorn, then it's really bad. There's a lot of randomness into the fight when you do not have the super acorn. But what else can you do? Unfortunate, but
Yeah, you just got to
the
keep
rest of the
your
run
emotions right, keep the positivity.
yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, dying on Bowser is quite a lot of time. As one of the trade-offs of the levels being so short in this game is that there are no checkpoints, so it's very punishing to die in this game.
Ooh.
Otherwise, in Mario, there would be a checkpoint right before the boss fight.
Yeah, that's...
But actually, the funny part in Mario U is that it's actually faster to skip that particular checkpoint because so you just lose like 6 minutes if you die. On Bowser Jr. in New Super Mario Bros. U, it's a longer level.
That's interesting.
Yeah. All right. So here we are in World 8, the last world. So despite even though with the death, we're gonna destroy our estimate by a lot. We're gonna start by doing the secret exit. It doesn't really matter which one you do first, but I'm just gonna do it just because I was already playing as Nabbit. And I actually got good RNG. The fireballs raining down in this level are actually random, and sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer than I did there in order for the fireball to break those blocks, so that way you can get up to the secret exit area. All those blocks are coin blocks, so you do have to use the fireballs. So you can wait a random amount of time. It's at worst 1 second. But we got the good RNG there.
Sweet, and we built a whole staircase.
We did. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna go to that staircase later. So now we're doing this level again as Luigi. As the movement is actually easier with Luigi. Unfortunately, with more of a risk to get hit, but if I get hit, it's not a big deal. As the next level, I am gonna equip a PA Corn. So if you've watched New Super Mario Bros. Wii speedruns, and there's a very notorious trick called the 5-4 skip, where it involves riding a moat throughout the whole level, and that's the same concept here in 8-2. We're gonna equip our PA Corn, and pretty much fly through the whole level.
Luigi's just doing property brothers up in here. Staircases every which way.
Oh, what the heck? Yeah, that was weird. That's an example of the Fire Bros being semi-unpredictable.
And that
was
was
a little unfortunate, but
that was just far enough, though, right? Like,
yeah, that's crazy how that happened. Fortunately, I did get lucky in World 7 and actually got an extra acorn. So I'm going to equip that after this level.
Alrighty.
I did not equip it right away because if you die as Nabbit, then you actually lose your power with Luigi anyway.
I figured there was a good reason like that. Order of operations type stuff.
Oh boy. Okay. It was a little scary towards the end, but we made it. Yeah, those gears have really clunky physics, so that mess up that I made towards the end was really scary. Okay, so 8-4 is a cycle-based level with all these blocks forming, and the fireballs are also cycle-based this time around. They're not random in this level, unlike in 8-1.
Oh, good.
But you do have to do this level specifically in order to match the cycle of those blocks. If you do this level too fast, you die. If you do this level too slow, then you could die.
I will take a cycle-based
So
level off over RNG any day of the week.
Yeah, most people would.
Like, I will take Wacky Workbench over Metropolis Zone.
Alright, so the current event, 8-Castle, has a trick called Elevator Skip, where as you can see there's an elevator that you ride across the level, but we're going to skip it. In Mario U, it was the elevator moves vertically instead of horizontally, so it was like known to being like one of the hardest tricks in ever across the entire New Super Mario Bros. Series. But Elevator Skip in New Super Luigi U is, well, much easier, as you can see. Yeah, New Super Luigi U, while it is a harder game to play, it's a harder casual game, but there's not very many difficult tricks, compared to New Super Mario Bros. U. The hard part about New Super Luigi U is that because Luigi's physics are different, like he slips around more, his jumps are floatier, so it's a little harder to get used to. So the movement is the hardest part. As long as you get the movement down, then the levels are laid out very nicely for Luigi's movement to work out.
I think they should have given him the melee wave dash.
The melee wave dash.
That would have really brought out the best Luigi has ever been.
Okay, nice. Alright, so Bowser Jr. moves around and he drills down, and it's not random. It's based on your movement. So in any percent, you always know what he's gonna do, but due to the fact that we have to get star coins, you don't always have the same exact inputs every single time. So you may as well consider Bowser Jr. random in 100%.
That makes sense.
And the hardest fight in the game. Oh my gosh, I did it! How did I do it? Woo!
I'm sorry, Koopa. Take a
So
lava
as you can
bath.
see there, Luigi jumps so high in this game that just a very simple jump you just go right over Bowser. No need for any like fancy tricks or anything like that.
Luigi always was King Koopa's weakness.
It was not Mario the whole time. But wait, what's happening? Bowser Jr. and Kamek are plotting something.
I mean, that's why in the original Mario Brothers movie, it's Luigi who saves the day for Daisy.
Exactly.
Shoutouts
Let's
to
save the
John
princess
Leguizamo.
before save the princess before something bad happens.
Peach.
What? Oh my gosh, what happened? Oh, Bowser's back. Who would have thought? Alright, so, right off the bat here, in this phase, I am going to fly up right as he shoots his first fireball, and it skips having to shoot his second fireball, which saves about a couple seconds. Then, what I'm going to do is, I am going to, right after hitting Bowser, I'm going to try and get the clown car back, before Bowser goes back into the clown car, and I'm going to keep it, which actually saves Bowser doing a bunch of attack phases. And it saves quite a lot of time if I can keep it both times. Okay, there we go. So there's the clown car again. And this saves quite a lot of time and makes this last phase of the fight go very quickly.
Yeah, Luigi's just like, mine, yeah!
And there we go. So in every other category, this would be when the run ends. But as you can probably tell, I have only completed like 3 worlds 100%. So I still have quite a bit left to go. So as a result, I do have to watch the credits, as the game does not save until after the credits. So you get a nice little like 6-minute break after fighting Bowser.
Okay. So, Stump, what charity are we donating to?
We're raising money for Somos Familia Valle. They're a community-based organization created and led by local low-income first-generation college students who are LGBTQ plus people of color in the San Fernando Valley area in San Fernando, California. Somos Familia Valle organizes for intersectional LGBTQ plus liberation through transformative dialogue, advocacy, and civic engagement.
That's really cool to hear. I'm a cancer survivor myself, and after chemotherapy, it was a combination of a mosque and the LGBTQ community that helped me recover both physically and emotionally from that whole ordeal. So that's certainly a cause that's very important to me.
That's an awesome story to share. Yeah, keep donating, guys. This is the charity we're raising money for is a great cause. So, and I'm really excited to be part of this as a Completithon's first charity event. As the previous Completithon runs, we haven't really had much of a charity to raise money for. So I'm really excited that we have a charity to do this event for this time. But yeah, so when you're grinding attempts and you finally make it to this point, this is like the point where like a great opportunity for you to like, use the restroom, recuperate yourself mentally. When we get back into the game, this is the run actually gets easier from here on out, as we did the second half of the game in the first half of the run, so now we're going to be doing the first half of the game as we approach the second half of the run. So I mean, there's still like opportunities for me to like mess up or die, but it's not as likely as some of these really difficult levels.
Also, we got a raid from Drive-In, who's now in the house. He's
oh yeah, thank you for the raid.
He's part of our Sonic CD speedrunning community.
Also, fun fact, you can move around in the credits as well, and one of the challenges here is to get as much coins as you can before the credits are over. But I almost never do this in actual attempts, because I just want to use this opportunity to rest my hands before we get back into the action.
that makes complete sense to me. I don't think I would be hopping around for coins in the middle of a 2-hour-long run.
Yeah. Yeah, this run is definitely quite a grind in order to get a pretty good run. But when you complete a run of this game or of this category, because it's like due to like the difficulty and length of it, it feels very satisfying when you're able to complete a run. I guess we can talk about a bit of history. So I started running this game back in January of 2016. So I've been running this game for a very long time. I got into 100% in July of 2016 in a race with a former runner named Supernova TV, and we did a race of this. I got a 3-hour time off that race, and after that race, I became inspired to take this category pretty seriously. And I eventually got world record in this category in January of 2018.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I've been a world record holder runner of this game from 2017 all the way up until 2022. So this is the game that I'm best well known for in the speedrunning community.
Are you intending to take your record back?
I have a lot of real life priorities that I don't think it's really hard to commit to it anymore. Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
But it's always nice to come back to this game every once in a while. In fact, I've only just came back to this game a few days ago when I was notified that this game got added to the schedule. So, I'm not on my prime as of right now.
Well, this run has been very uplifting for me to just see the talent and the movement skills on display. So, I'm still blown away.
Thank you very much. So Superstar Road is now unlocked, and whenever you complete a world now, you get an extra cutscene of a level in Superstar Road being unlocked. So the unfortunate part with beating the game this early is of course those extra cutscenes, but but now that we're in post game, there are actually no more save prompts whenever you beat a castle or tower, as well as in previous routes, there were a lot more times where we used those pipe cannons to travel in between worlds, and this route allowed us to pretty much cut out some of those. So cutting out the pipe cannon travels as well as no more save prompts kind of balances out the times that we watch those Superstar Road cutscenes.
Right.
Alright, 1 Tower. We're finally doing World 1 after about an hour into the run.
Hardest world in the game.
And right off the bat, I'm already having troubles, as I didn't mess up right away. Very classic way to start the post-game. Alright, so we went from what are the quote-unquote hardest boom boom fights, so surely this can't get any harder. Easy.
I was looking at the
don't forget.
I was looking at the delayed stream, so that's my bad.
No worries. Yeah, so no more save prompts, so we're going straight into the next level, just like that. So don't forget, if you're just coming into the stream, there is a bid war throughout this run. I do have a Mario hat off to the side of me, where if you donate, then I could put the hat on, and you know, given how hot the weather is right now, I can suffer physically. So if you want to see me suffer physically in the hot sun, then please get your donations in.
All right, that means donate $9 so he won't have to suffer.
So that triple jump that I just did right there in order to get that third star coin is very hard. It is very easy to miss that third star coin, and then and because you have so much momentum, you could just beat the level, and then you have to do the level all over again just to get the third star coin. That star coin is really high up because the intention of that star coin is you're supposed to use Yoshi, but we don't. As a Yoshi main in Smash, I'm really sad that we don't use Yoshi throughout the run at all.
Yeah, I haven't seen Yoshi once.
Actually, just kidding. There is one point where we use Yoshi. Well, actually, no, there isn't. In this route, there's not. There's
You
not
mean
a point, which
Yoshi
actually
in
makes me
Melee?
sad. I actually don't play Melee. I actually play Brawl and Ultimate. I was actually a former competitive Brawl player before I got into speedrunning. So.
Oh. We took similar paths.
Oh gosh.
Melee to speedrunning versus Brawl to speedrunning.
Okay, this is fine.
Piranha Plant hungry. Yeah, climb the Luigi statue.
That mistake I made is sometimes easy. We go a little bit too fast on that piranha plant cycle.
Made it.
I did pick up an acorn, so we're gonna go ahead and equip it right away. Alright, so after 1 hour of the run, we are finally doing One Dash Castle. Grab that second coin, which using the Super Acorn right there is actually required in order to get that second star coin, which is why we use Luigi for this particular level. And we're going to do a small wall jump boost right there in order to gain a little bit of extra speed to the door. Also for boss doors, you want to enter boss doors in the direct center. That way, you don't. It cuts the animation of Luigi going to the center and entering the door. But you do that for every category except for ILs, and in ILs it's faster to enter doors from the edge. Alright, so World 1 completed.
Yeah, I'm a winner.
So moving on to World 2, normally World 2 is where, like, if you just play through the game, you know, you just got out of World 1, so, like, World 1 is like that introductory world where they get you familiar with the game. So World 2, like, when you're just playing through the game, it, like, gets you, it challenges you with slightly harder levels. World 2 in this run, the first level's straightforward, sometimes easy to get hit. Hopefully I don't. I don't have an extra acorn in reserve, so if I get hit, then that'll be bad. 2-2 is a hard level, and then 2-3 is pretty straightforward. Let's see what happens here. I did a precise spin jump in order to just barely fly over that enemy known as a spike. And we're gonna do another precise spin jump. Hopefully this guy doesn't hit me. Good! Alright. And this is the level where normally you get that cutscene from way back earlier when Toad notifies us that some guy named Nabbit stole stuff. But we did that in 5-1 already.
Poor Toad.
So we're gonna do 2-2. We're gonna do 2-2. For me personally, I find this to be a harder level than 2-3, so I want to get the hard level out of the way. This is a cycle-based level. Very easy to crush. Hopefully I don't get crushed. Please make it! Okay, good. Okay, very nice. Yeah, you don't want to go too fast, or too slow. So the cycles were pretty specific in this level. So now the next level, 2-3, is a dark level. So normally when you're just doing this level, it's kind of hard to see things sometimes. And there's like giant piranha plants and fire bros. But when you're Nabbit, you don't really worry about it. So it's really easy. I have to wait for this platform to go low enough so I can get the star coin.
There needs to be more ice cream power-ups in the desert.
Yeah, the intention of this level is you're supposed to grab a fire flower and defeat those piranha plants in order to get some of the star coins.
Ah, but you can just nab it behind them.
Yep. It's because Nabbit cheats. Alright, so 2-Dash Tower is a very interesting level. So you can use the gears to wind up the blocks here. And kind of create your own cycles. Okay, very nice. That last part's the hardest part. Normally in attempts, I actually make that a little bit tighter, but for the sake of consistency of the marathon, I open up those blocks a little bit more, so I have more time to make it up to the top and get that star coin. Okay. So up next is the desert bridge, where there's a fire bro, a Goomba, and an acorn, and I have to try to get past that bridge without running into any of them. And they move randomly. So if I run into them, then I lose like 20 seconds, and it's unfortunate. If I get the acorn, it's not that big of a deal. It's like 6 seconds loss if I get it, but getting the acorn, okay, well I guess I have to avoid the acorn. I wanted to grab it because I have no acorns in reserve, but due to where that Goomba was, it would have been risky. So let's just hope that I don't get hit for a while. So World 2 has a bit of a route change since the last time I've ran this at Completithon. And that is that now I actually do 2-4 first instead of 2-5 first. And it just saves map movement mostly for a bit later on when I have to spawn Nabbit in World 2. that sub area that I went through in order to get that second star coin allows me to skip a really difficult part of this level. So this is actually one of the few instances where 100% of this level is actually easier than doing this level in like any percent.
Oh, that's awesome.
Alright, so we're gonna do 2-6 and then go back to 2-4, which sounds weird at first, because you lose a bit of map movement, but we route out every world to spawn Nabbit as early as possible, and this is the level where Nabbit spawns in. And again, you have to do 3 levels after doing the level that Nabbit spawns in order to spawn Nabbit. Otherwise, you have to do more backtracking than you need to if I wasn't doing this. So you're seeing that whenever I spin jump, I'm actually keeping my speed off of whenever I'm spin jumping off of anything that's moving, which is a pretty good example from when you see me spin jumping off these rolling hills. And I gain a bit of speed. So you save about a couple seconds doing that.
Now, what do you get in this game when you get the 8 red coins?
The 8 red coins, you just get a power-up if you don't have an actual power-up, or you get a 1-up if you actually do have an actual power-up.
Okay. I like the Easter Island references they got going on here.
So ground pound that those setup blocks again. Pretty cryptic level design. You wouldn't know how you would know if that those blocks are ground pound, that you can actually ground pound them, as it's like perfectly disguised within the ground itself. Unless you just ground pound everything, which I don't know who would do that.
Classic Nintendo.
Especially in a 100-second time limit. Yeah,
They've been doing stuff like that since Donkey Kong. In Donkey Kong Country, we used to just jump in every pit to try and find secrets. Gotta get to 101%, gotta kill yourself a ton.
Oh man, I remember that. Oh man, okay. Oh my gosh, get out of there. Alright. The more important thing is I didn't get hit by those fireballs.
Yeah, we kept Squirrel Luigi. Squirreled your way through.
Made it.
Yeah, that was very close.
Oh.
Alright, so next up is 2-5. So in the last time I ran this, I used to use a star for 2-5, and that's because I used a star in order to not deal with the RNG of the desert bridge. But that has now been routed out, and now I'm not doing this level with a star, and instead, actually, another new recent addition to this level is I'm doing this level as Nabbit. So, and using Nabbit just makes us well, Nabbit actually has a faster flagpole animation. The amount of time you do this level as both Luigi and Nabbit are the same. But Nabbit actually has a faster flagpole animation than Luigi, so you save about a few frames doing this level as Nabbit. So anytime a level takes the same amount of time with both characters, you want to use Nabbit in order to gain a bit of an advantage with the flagpoles.
Okay.
So here's Nabbit, and he's conveniently in the spot that I wanted to spawn at right after completing that level. So now we're gonna go catch Nabbit. So spin jumping off these rolling hills allows me to gain so much speed that I pass over Nabbit, and I just have to wait for him to jump into me and to catch him that way. right.
Like
so then the last thing
poetry in motion.
Yep. And the last thing I do now in this world is do 2-dash castle. Okay. So there are these cycles of these platforms that go up and down the lava. Compound that. The second coin here is sometimes. Okay, good. If you get there fast enough, then you don't have to worry about doing the backup strategy. And the backup strategy of getting that star coin is really annoying.
Barreled right through that castle.
Okay, so Morton will spawn a giant Pokey, and normally you have to wait for Morton to like hammer the Pokey's body parts, and you have to dodge him. But as you can see, you can just fly over the Pokey and hit Morton straight away. That it's actually harder than it looks because while Morton is swinging the hammer, you can actually get knocked from Morton's hammer. And the hammer actually has a really huge hitbox, so you gotta actually time that specifically so you don't get hit by the hammer.
And it wasn't a big enough hitbox today.
Not today. And it's actually even faster to damage boost through the Poke and hit Morton, and it saves about a second. But then that would mean that I have to equip an Acorn right after the level. Which equipping an Acorn loses more time than doing the damage boosts.
Right.
So up next we have a split path between Worlds 3 and 4. I am going to be doing World 4 first, because doing World 4 before doing World 3 allows me to save time in World 3 later on. So we're going to go straight to World 4. Which is up on the top, known as Frosted Glacier. Now, aesthetically, this is one of my favorite worlds. I just like snow theme levels, like design-wise. As a level, gameplay-wise, they're notorious for having like ice physics and such. So really annoying in that aspect, but aesthetically, I like the snow levels.
Yeah, they're always very pretty. And sometimes they're really fast and fun. Ice Cap Zone. Some Donkey Kong Country levels.
So not having to deal with those bruisers is great, because those bruisers have very unfavorable hitboxes if you have to deal with them. So, something you might have noticed is ever since we started the post game, you might have noticed in the beginning of every level there are these like little Mario blocks, and those Mario blocks will actually change your physics to Mario physics, which you might think. Which you might think it makes controlling Luigi easier, which is the case, but unfortunately, none of these levels are designed for Mario physics at all. So it's actually not worth using Mario physics at all for any level.
Ouija.
So right here, I'm gonna delay my movement, because if I go straight into the tower, I'm gonna run into that Hooligan, which will initiate a fight, which loses quite a bit of time.
Oh geez, it's like Pokemon. Easter egg Luigi.
Do a ground pound to stop my momentum, so I'm not sliding into the spikes. Okay, very good.
Totally professional movement right here. Showing us why Ouija is the king.
Uh, so, after watching this run, do you think this run has inspired you to potentially try out the spear in this game in the future?
Picking up new video games for me is kind of a rarity.
I'm a winner.
All right, that's understandable.
Like, I'm pretty old and
uh-huh.
just a little bit set in my ways. I've been playing Sonic CD for like 15 years and rarely touch other games. The last one I touched was Doom Eternal.
Uh-huh.
And I tend to get pretty into a game when I pick it up. So if I do pick this up, though, there is every chance I would approach the 100% category.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, very nice. So, if I somehow got hit, prior to doing this level, then it actually would be faster for me to do this level as Nabbit, which loses about a second over doing this level as Luigi. As there is an acorn in the next level, and getting that acorn is faster than equipping an acorn prior to, doing the level I just did.
Yeah, good to know the backups.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, when you're getting into 100% in these types of games, it's not really about. I mean, trying to copy what people do is one thing, but also knowing your backup strategies is also just as important. Nice. So getting that third coin and trying to get out of that hole is very hard.
Made it.
Snow Toad.
Yeah, so we've been seeing Luigi tributes all over the place. Now we're seeing Toad and Peach tributes. Alright, so this is another route change from the last time that this run was showcased, and that is that we actually do this level much earlier in this world. This used to be the very last level of the world that we do, and that's because we get this penguin suit, and like while you're backtracking after completing Fort Edge Castle, this level's like on the way to when you're going back to World 3, and this level has a penguin suit that you can use in World 3. But it turns out you save a bit of map movement doing this level earlier. And because we do the rest of World 4 with Nabbit, you still keep the penguin suit for when you go back to World 3, or when you have to backtrack from World 4 to enter World 3. So.
Okay, this has to be one of your most favorite levels.
My favorite level? I actually don't know what my favorite level is.
That level was so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah. To do this level, to actually do this level, it's really fun. It's because that's basically all you do. You just slide through the whole level.
Time for a donation.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Hey, we have $11 from. I say, I missed the hat. Let's see it again.
Okay.
So that
put it on after
puts
this
the
level.
hat one ahead by $1. So
Nice.
even a small donation could flip this again. This is rolling throughout the run, so yeah, hopefully we see a few more changes of whether the hat's on.
Yeah, we still have a lot more to go, so still have time to turn the bid war around.
Yeah, someone else has got to bid because we got to get Mario out of here. This is a Ouija stream. Oh, we gotta go back and get Nabbit.
Yeah, but because we have to backtrack, we don't actually go catch Nabbit right away. We do it as we're backtracking, so one of those like routing things.
Smart routing, yeah. Optimizations.
I'm gonna take this part safe. Okay, nice. Normally I go a little bit more aggressive right there, but the thing is that those blocks disappeared. So if you fall off and don't get that star coin, then you have to reset the level.
Ooh, you built a whole ladder. Playing shoots and ladders up here. I thought we were playing Super Luigi.
Oh man, I missed that game. That game was a classic.
Classic. Watching Penguin Luigi walk around is very funny.
Alright, let's see if I can get this strat. Okay, nice. So, boosting from that icicle in order to get up there allows me to not have to do a backup strategy that is really bad to do just to get up there. So otherwise, that beginning part is the hardest part of the level, and the rest of the level is straightforward. Alright, so completing that secret level will take us to World 6, but we already completed World 6, so we're just going to go back and go to Four Castle. I'm going to go ahead and do a bit of a delay here so I don't run into the Cooligans again, and here we go. This level is kind of a speedrunner level because as you can see, we have these thwomps, and they just fall down all like in a row. So like this level is like a level where you kind of want to go fast when you're doing this level. Also, you probably want to pay attention to the webcam that I'm looking down a lot, and that's because the gamepad has the game's screen on it, and I've always preferred looking at the gamepad screen as opposed to my my monitor screen.
Dreamcast, eat your heart out. The Wii U perfected what the Dreamcast was going for with the VMUs.
I've never owned a Dreamcast, so I did not know it worked like that.
Yeah, it has a screen in the controller.
Oh wow, interesting.
You could see your health in Resident Evil select plays in football games.
As we see here is a demonstration of like you can't really die with Nabbit. You saw that like jump into the icicle as well as get hit by Wendy.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nabbit just cheats. So World 4 is now completed, and so after completing World 4, it'll take us to World 5, but we still gotta do World 3, so we're gonna backtrack out of World 4 and do World 3.
Ho-ho!
Oh, and also catch Nabbit on the way out of World 4. Okay. You can avoid getting this acorn, but your movement has to be very precise. But picking up there, it's not a big deal.
And it gives us a backup in case we need it for the marathon.
Yeah. If I die like 3 more times. Okay, very nice.
Is that P acorn a backup?
Well, I mean, you get it anyway because that's just the reward you get for catching Nabbit.
Right.
So actually at this point we don't use any more PA acorns. So yes.
Yeah, it is okay. Cool.
Any extra acorn I get is more insurance if like I get hit or I die.
Sparkling
Now here we are in
waters.
World 3 Sparkling Waters. And this is in the post-game section, the hardest world. So it's a water-themed world. And so we're going to be seeing water levels. And I have the penguin suit, which allows for really fast swimming movement. And it's really important I keep the penguin suit throughout basically the whole world.
Oh.
I'm doing this level as Nabbit, even though the penguin suit would save a little bit of time here in this section, but there's so much opportunities for you to get hit in this level that it's just better to use Nabbits in this level. Alright, so 3-2 is the first opportunity where the penguin suit is really going to have its opportunity of how good the swim movement is with the penguin suit. It saves about 20 seconds in the level itself. Oh, hold on. Okay, we're just gonna do it the normal way. So as you can see, you swim really fast with the penguin suit.
Sonic 3 Tails, eat your heart out. You can even throw ice balls. Oh my god.
Yep, with the penguin suit. It's essentially this game has a power called the Ice Flower. You don't see it in this run at all.
Right.
But it's pretty much a better version of the Ice Flower. Ooh, that was actually really close. I did not pay attention to my in-game timer. I would have gotten to 55, but I was any more slower than that.
Yeah, and unless you're doing fireworks percent, that's not good.
Alright, so this level is probably the best demonstration of Nabbit here. This is the level where Nabbit probably saves the most amount of time, as normally you have to wait for a bunch of these skewer cycles, but with Nabbit, you go through these skewers
Cycles,
and not care. And normally you have to worry about this fire bro trying to like potentially screwing you while you're getting that while you're trying to ground pound those blocks and get that star coin. But again, we're Nabbit, we don't care.
Beautiful. It's like a Game Genie code.
Man. Oh yeah, it should also be worth noting this. This game is also on the Switch on New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. But this version of the game is it's a whole different game. There's a whole different leaderboard for that. But also this version is faster by a lot.
Good.
The loading times are much faster on the Wii U.
Really liked the Wii U. I was kind of disappointed that Nintendo yanked the gamepad features out of Breath of the Wild. They didn't want it to outshine the Switch version.
Okay, nice. So this is a strat that was not shown off in the when I ran this in the last Completithon event. As doing the normal exit as Penguin Luigi. With the penguin slides, you can actually slide on water with the penguin suit, and you slide so fast that if you dodge everything precisely, then you save quite a bit of time doing this level as Penguin Luigi.
Very cool.
Alright, so me having to wait for that water spout in order to get to the next level is RNG. It's about like a second. So that was a little bit unlucky. That's it. This level is faster to do with Luigi, but it's also like much harder execution, and it's very like and if you mess up, you're very likely to lose your penguin suit. So I'm gonna do this level as Nabbit for a bit of consistency. Plus, there's a really cool strat that I can do here. Nice. So it is really hard to get that third star coin, and also just barely make it onto the next water spout without falling into the water.
Beautiful bounce combos.
Thank you very much. Alright, so I have to go back to the ghost ship, and then there's a secret level that the secret exit will take me to, and that level is an auto-scroller. So this would be a good time for like a donation or any announcements. Oh, actually,
Dumb? You dead, Bon? Only half dead.
okay, maybe, maybe not. Okay, so I actually almost forgot that second star coin. I kind of went muscle memory there on accident. Fortunately, I caught myself very early on before it went really bad.
Luckily, it worked out. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this next level that we're doing now is an auto-scroller.
Oh, the ship fell over. Must have woke some beavers up because they made a whole bridge for us. Going right around the rainbow pipes we hopped over earlier in the game. Oh, it's Nabbit in the beanstalk. Today the role
So as you
of
see that
Jack
egg right there
will
would have contained
be played by
Yoshi, but
second cousin twice removed. So that would have been Yoshi if you were Luigi?
yes. So I was trying to yeah. So yeah, Yoshi cannot ride on Nabbit cannot ride on Yoshi in this game. So.
Very sad.
Yeah, very sad. Because in very old routes, we actually used to do this level as Luigi before we found out that the penguin strats were really good in World 3.
And I guess it's a little weird to do this as a penguin.
Yeah.
It wasn't Jack the Penguin in the beanstalk.
No, unfortunately not.
Unless the magic beans would have turned him into a penguin, but he planted those. We'll never know.
Okay. So this secret level will take us to World 6. Again, we don't need to go back to World 6 because we're already done with World 6. So we're gonna go back and do the rest of World 3. Starting with doing the top level, 3-3. 3-3 has a bunch of cycles of water spouts. Okay, that was unlucky again. Gotta wait for that water spout again just to get to 3-3. But yeah, there is these cycles of these water spouts that come up and down. And there's a part in the middle of the level where you can YOLO it without having to slow down, but I am going to slow down in order to make the cycles line up better. Okay, good. Please? Oh my gosh. That could have been very disastrous, but fortunately we saved it.
Okay.
Oh man. Are we still at 1 death right now?
We are. It was kind of an unlucky death,
Wow.
too, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's that. Wow, we're doing pretty well in this run, all things considered.
Back to
Alright, so you might
Luigi.
think that this level is better to do with the penguin suit, but there are star coins. Obviously, this first star coin is blocked by urchins, and I would have to deal with those urchins somehow. Normally, you're supposed to use this like dragon eel, because the dragon eel can actually kill off these urchins for me, and this dragon eel will can actually kill off that big, giant urchin blocking the pipe. And actually, I can use Nabbit and boost right through the giant urchin.
That urchin
but,
was hiding the Luigi behind it.
Every time I do a boost through that urchin, I get knocked back. And so you just have to like fight your way to that giant urchin. If I wasn't manipulating the dragon eel to hit that, to defeat that big urchin off. Alright, and now it's time to catch Nabbit. This is actually the final Nabbit that we're catching. I mean, we don't need to catch it any more Nabbit any more times. Nabbit does not appear in World 8.
Alright, final Nabbit.
And this one is known to be the hardest one to catch. This due to the fact that these cheaps really get in your way.
Come back, Rabby.
Fortunately, don't have to deal with it.
You ain't no Mips. Get out of here.
Nope.
Give Toad back his stuff.
So there's a notification that we caught Nabbit in every world. That is great. That is an extra star in our save file. So in order to know that you 100% the game is if you check your save file and there's 5 stars. So we just got an extra star for catching Nabbit.
Sweet. Get hyped for the incoming Luigi air combos, everybody. Front flip. Penguin flip.
So this is the reason why keeping your penguin all the way through World 3 is important. This is the last level where needing the actually no, there's a level in Superstar Road where needing using the penguin suit will still save quite a bit of time. So we still need the penguin suit for about 1 more level. Assuming I can keep it all the way through to that level. Yeah, using that penguin suit in that water section saves quite a bit of time. Otherwise, we used to actually do this level as Luigi, or as Nabbit.
Oh.
In old routes.
Which Koopa is this name?
So, Larry.
Larry looks so happy to see Luigi.
So messing up this fight would actually the water spout cycles would be off if you're ever so slightly off on the on this fight. But unfortunately, don't have to worry about that.
Sweet.
So all the Koopalings are defeated, and yeah. So up next we're going back to World 5, and the normal approach into entering World 5 is the intermission level, where we do the airship before doing World 5. And so that is actually the only level that we have left to do before entering Superstar Road. And so in most categories, you try to avoid 5-dash airship as much as possible, because this is a 3-minute auto-scroller. So with that being said, if Stump is there, this would be a good time for lots of donations or anything to talk about.
Alright, well, we're getting close to our last chance to switch whether Amshan's hat's on. One is still ahead by just $1. And there's also a bid war for the run after the next run. A pendant bid war between Bird and Cage for Bioshock Infinite. Bird is currently ahead by $73.
For shock. Now, in Bioshock Infinite, can you summon Bioshock bees? It's one of Oprah's favorite pastimes.
So, Stump, what's been your favorite part of this run so far?
You got stumped.
Really expected to be asked that, but
Alright, it's okay. You just name a part that you like.
This is actually my first time seeing this game.
Oh,
I was very particular towards the that first penguin suit Luigi level where it was just a roller coaster the whole way through. It was it very much felt like a Sonic CD level, like Foxrock said.
Yeah, I'd say that definitely was a cool part.
okay. Yeah, so as we see, this is a very boring level that we try to avoid doing in most other categories. And actually, fun fact, because we destroyed the airship in World 7 earlier on, it actually shortens the cutscenes of this level. You know, another bit of routing. It has to do with like how checkpoints work across the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Where like if you do something in a much earlier world and then go back to the previous world that you skipped, then the cutscenes are shorter. Alright, so we're back in World 5. We already completed World 5. We also completed 6, 7, 8. So now we just gotta take the pipe cannon to Superstar Road, because that's the last thing that we gotta do.
Last world, last world.
Alright, what's my time at right now? Okay, so, a good Superstar Road segment takes about 10.5 minutes. So, assuming we have a good Superstar Road, I'm on pace for a 2:14 right now.
That's pretty epic.
So, if you watch 100% runs of other New Super Mario Bros. Games, they do the levels out of order due to, like, you know, their condition, like what power-ups they have and whatnot. But here we're doing all the levels in order. The first couple of levels, this level is, you know, very cool. We're Nabbit, we don't care about the fuzzies trying to mess with us while we're riding on the roller coaster.
Yeah, I see we're gonna be Nabbit 5 out of these 9 levels.
The next level, Superstar Road 2, is notoriously one of the hardest levels that people struggle on when trying to 100% this game. The gimmick behind this next level is you're running through and there's falling blocks chasing after you the whole time.
Just like how the sun used to chase you.
And one of the challenging parts about what people struggle on the most is that the blocks actually fall on top of the switches, so you don't have to actually worry about hitting the switch.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, good. Precise jump in order to get that third coin without having to backtrack to the third coin, and there we go. So, sorry I destroyed a lot of you guys' casual playthroughs with this level. Alright, this next level is a water level, and we kept the penguins all the way up to this level, so this level is going to be sped up by quite a bit. We're going to grab this star. The star does not speed up your movement in water, but it is useful because, as you can see, there's a wall of enemies that I would have to go through. I would have to deal with without the star. So it's actually worth picking up that star just for that.
Alright, star-powered penguin. Flying everywhere because he's a bird.
So this level is actually interesting historically, and that is that in very old routes, we would, at least before I started running this category, they would actually grab a baby go out of their way to get Baby Yoshi just to speed up this level.
Right.
And I never understood why.
That's
because
old school.
You just go so far out of your way to get Baby Yoshi just to save time. Just to save time in this level, which the amount of time you take to get Baby Yoshi. It in my opinion, just doesn't make it worth it. So when I did my own routing, I've opted out of doing that, and so I would do this level with Nabbit, and that was the case for a very long time, up until relatively recently, where if you can keep your penguin suit all the way up until the end of World 3, then you can use it in Superstar World 3.
Well, goodbye, Penguin Luigi. Welcome back, Squirrel Luigi.
Yeah, so that's the last time we're going to be using any other power other than the Superstar, or other than Super Acorn. So this level's an auto-scroller. We just have to dodge these flippers that are throwing snowballs at us, while at the same time getting star coins. At the end of the level, there is a bit of a small time saver that hopefully I can do. Basically, in vertical auto-scrollers, things spawn slightly before it shows up on camera, like that right there. I answered a pipe early, as it actually loaded before it showed up on camera. Okay, and I'm actually gonna delay here. If I actually entered that pipe earlier enough, then I would have gotten like a 46. But yeah, so I answered that pipe earlier, and it saves a few seconds other than just waiting for the pipe to actually show up on screen. So, a lot of people like to say that this is the Mario Maker level, because I see the blocks, like, form in, kind of like, in Mario Maker.
Yeah, look at him go.
Yeah.
And the painting in
This
the
level's really
background is
tough.
really awesome.
This level's really tough. You have to really know the level in order to actually know what you're doing, in order to do this level really well.
This is almost like a Naoto Oshima level.
I've always heard the Van Gogh themed levels with all the art in the background.
Yeah, because like Balan Wonderworld had like the living painting level. I never played it, but
Okay, so this next level is the hardest level in the game. I've probably spent many hours trying to figure out the fastest way of doing this level, but this level is so difficult. Let's see how this goes.
I wrote here in my notes, please don't die. So
Holy moly, I did it! Oh my gosh.
fire wheels.
I can't believe it.
I'm gonna chalk that death up to being transported to the earlier part of the game. In an alternate universe, it was here instead.
Alright. Superstar Road 7. So we have this. We have to ride Lac 2 across the whole level. So you can ride on Lac 2 using its cloud, and we have to use them to ride across the level. The cloud does not last forever, so I have to, every time a new Lac 2 spawns, I have to make sure I defeat it as early as I can, so I can ride on its cloud each time. And we use Nabbit in this level so we can go through those fuzzies.
I wonder what the clouds are saying.
Yeah, normally you're supposed to use a fire flower in order to like defeat those fuzzies that are blocking some of those star coins. Alright, so Superstar Road 8. The level is called Impossible Pendulums, which probably means there is no way to beat this level.
Someone play the Mission Impossible theme. Like the match.
Okay, nice. So that damage I took right there is intentional.
Sweet.
And then to get this coin. Good. Yeah, the next level has an acorn anyway, so it is better to get the to do a damage boost in this level anyway. And yes, we have one more level left, and fortunately, out of all the action that we've done, this is a bit of a chill level. You can still die if you mess up, but other than that, for the most part, it's pretty much a minute-and-a-half auto-scroller. Pretty nice way to end off after everything that we went through in the run.
Alright, you're gonna be Luigi, right?
Actually, if you try to play as Nabbit, you can actually see I'm actually my me. And that's because Nabbit cannot fly. So the game, for some reason, this is like the only level where if you try to play as Nabbit, the game just gives you your me.
Well, his name is Luigi, he's a plumber of ease, and you have to scream please if your pipes are on the freeze. Whether 12 below zero or steaming hot, cause if you mess with Luigi, you're sure to get shot with a fire flower. That's his #1 choice, nominated 5 times for his platinum voice. Yahoo! 5'8", he's got light blue eyes, and if you think he's soft, you're in for a surprise, cause he's hard as a rock, and his name ain't Tom. Trying to battle him is like defusing a bomb. You cut the red wire, the orange, the purple and blue. 1 plumber ain't enough, you're gonna need 2 to beat him. So here's your chance, get in your stance, get ready to dance, take a little romance, avoid piranha plants. Taking pictures, he's not a freelance.
Here's something fun that you can do here. You can kind of look at your character actually like looks at the screen if you put your head through there.
Pretty sweet.
All right. So in about 2 text boxes is when time is up. Time. 2:15:26. All right.
2:15:26. That's amazing.
Considering the very huge death that I made in 7-Dash Airship, as well as a few other like, you know, everything like that's probably the worst of it. Aside from that, like, you know, I like to think that this run was pretty good. Thank you, Pimp, for hanging out with me on comms.
Yeah, I hope it was a good time for you. I had a blast.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, even though I talked so much in the run, but I like to think it felt good having someone to be with me, even if I was doing a lot of talking there.
No, yeah, I really also, appreciated that because I was a little nervous with how I don't know that many tricks about this game.
And as you can see right there, the save file there confirms that 100% 5 stars. Yeah, thank you, Stump, for being on host. And you want to say anything, Stump?
Always happy to do this.
And
thanks so much for the run.
Yeah, thank you. And also thank you to the Completithon staff for putting this event together. It's awesome being here again. And my goal was to beat my time that I got from the last time I ran this, which was like a 2:18, and I managed to achieve that goal. Beat it by about 3 minutes. So if you want to know more about the game, I stream this game as well as the other New Super Mario Bros. Games very often. I'm also a Zelda speedrunner, so if you also are into Zelda speedruns, then I'm always interested in answering any questions. Later on Sunday, I'm going to be running a Link to the Past, so this is not going to be it for me just yet, but it is for now.
Awesome. Good luck on that run. That's also one of my favorite games of all time.
It is one of my favorite. It is another one of my favorites as well, and I'm really excited to be running that later on Sunday. So thank you guys so much for watching the run. Keep supporting Completithon as well as the charity, and I'll see you guys later on Sunday afternoon.
All right.